Well, we can't wait. Ricky, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely night, darling.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Lovely. Now, the introduction of the Charleston and the rock and roll gave Strictly a different flavour on Saturday night. It's time for, oh yeah, Choreography Corner.
Just dance, gonna be okay. Da-da-doo-doo, just dance. Da-da-doo-doo, da-da-doo-doo, just dance, gonna be okay. Da-da-da-da, dance.
Please welcome Karen Hardy. Karen, delightful that you're here. Yeah, do the signs. I love the fact that you did the signs. Yeah, very cute. Let's talk about two brand new dances.
Yes.
And also, if they were choreographed not by the professionals, but by other people. Smiley, lovely people. But how difficult is that going to be for a professional?
All round, probably petrifying for our professionals because, you know, the journey is a long way in. So and you'll become very protective of your partner. So you'll be grooming. You'll know the steps that work, the steps that don't work, and you're going to be being very much trying to design everything to the strength of your celebrity. So in comes some stranger going, okay, here are all the steps. So it will put the professionals in a very protective mood. But on top of that, these are two dances that the professionals have never done before.
So everybody has a big learning curve scariness.
Right, but you know what? I loved it. I thought the two dances were fantastic, and I thought it was lovely to give the professionals a challenge, and I think they would have really enjoyed it. They would have been very protective over their partners, though, and that's very important to understand.
But they can hone it a bit to themselves. They can say, listen, that backflip is a bad idea.
It's not going to work for me. I remember when we had the Argentine tango, and there were a couple of things I went, oh, I don't think that's going to work for Mark. So you slightly tweak it.
I loved Argentine tango. Mark, I still talk about it. Let's have a look at some of the dances. First up, we're going to have a look at Chris and Ola. Talk to us quickly about the Charleston, because I loved the Charleston.
Okay, the Charleston is a fun dance. The two dances that we got, really, are Charleston and rock and roll. And the big thing about them, it's all about acting, performance, you know, no, 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 yes, 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 flash, all these sorts of things. All this. So that in itself would have been really strange for our professionals. But picking on the Charleston, and I have to say it, and maybe I shouldn't, I think Chris and Ola was absolutely brilliant. I think they stole the show. And choosing pieces of choreography to use for this section was really difficult. So I chose two, if that's all right.
Okay, let's have a look.
I chose the beginning. Look at this. I'm going to explain why. Balancing on the back, running down the stairs while she's kicking. Very, very difficult. Creating a balance and a relationship. Then they're going to go into another step, which, when Ola is picked up, quite easy. But now Ola's got to pick Chris up.
Yeah.
And very, very hard. A lot of trust. Look at the character, look at the chemistry between them. And the greatest step of them all that I think we're ever going to see on Strictly was absolutely brilliant. The trust of that, here it comes. Apparently it's called The Fountain. But absolutely brilliant. And this, I would say, I know lots of children are watching this, brothers and sisters and that. Have a go. It's such a fun step. But for me, it just shows you this was quite an interesting weekend because the quality and the techniques, you know, we're always talking about heels and toes and top lines. You know, all of that was all put on hold for a week because this was a lot about acting and performance.
And character and also partnerships.
Yes.
I think, and I know I've said this for quite possibly too much, and the judges got angry with me yesterday. Well, not angry, they were livid. But that was undermarked. It was undermarked,
I would agree.
Hardy.
I would agree. We're together. Stick with me. I don't know what you know what I feel. The show is about all the magic ingredients coming together. I will say, technically, Chris wasn't one of the strongest ones, and I'll show you why, because some of the things that we were looking at, which is next in Ali's section, the key thing about the Charleston is about the twisting of the ankles and the knees.
That's what Rebel Horwood was saying. Let's have a look at Ali and Brian.
And this is, as we start off here, and what's really nice, because she starts it really, really slowly, and you're going to see the twisting of the knees going in opposition to each other. That is very, very hard, and that would have been the slight bit of weakness that I saw within Chris. However, she's mastered it everywhere here, and what I love about this is the way she's been given permission. It's a dance where she's excelled with her performing. You could actually see her as a doll and as a, you know...
The storytelling was brilliant, and also what the judges loved about it is they saw a totally different side to Ali.
Yes.
It was just kooky, crazy.
That's right. And as we go through the series, you want all these pieces to come together. So the performance, the technical elements, the choreography skills, you want all these things to start, all the things we've been talking about each week, you want them to come together for a quarter-final. It's going to be great.
Yes. Let's talk about Layla and Anton.
Yes.
Judges totally split. Craig Revel gave this a 6.
Gives it a 6.
Even her hair accessories alone deserved more than a 6. But
I
what did you
thought
think of
she
it?
looked stunning. What was good about this on one side of it was she was not doing her safe ballroom dances. She always feels comfortable doing ballroom. She's separated from Anton a lot. Look at the choreography. But what she's working on here are acting skills. And this is the choreography I really liked. Very, very difficult. Hands going one way, arms going another, bodies going up and down. Very, very difficult. But I think possibly from Craig's element, you know, this is a dance where, like I said at the beginning, it's not so much about the technical skills, but it's a lot about the performance. And maybe it was just overkill for Craig on, you know, stop giving me all the faces and the pointing.
Yeah.
Give me some substance to mark.
Okay.
Maybe, you know, the twisting of the ankles that I talked about.
Let's talk about Ricky's rock and roll. We talked to him earlier. I mean, his dance-off was so much better, I thought, than the first dance, if I'm allowed to say that.
Do, because I saw it. Big difference. But this is what we're going to pick up on. This great step. This is the iconic step of rock and roll. We're going to see it slowly. Kicking back at the heels first and then going swing from one side through to the other side. Then we're going to have the double swing and the lift right the way up. Now, this is like a child on a swing. If you get it wrong, it'll go wrong. But we just needed a little bit more of a lift there from Ricky, a little bit more of a counterbalance and a release of the knees. That would have been a really hard move for Natalie. But a fantastic step to have a go
Was
at.
it? Was the choreography then slightly too difficult, do you think?
No,
No?
I don't think it was too difficult. You know, this guy's been a leader from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I've always said, if you can do this, push it as far as you can, but expect it to go, at times, a little bit wrong. But the
skewered.
dance-off was definitely stronger than the first.
OK, thank you so much for coming in. Now, I have bad news. You're going to Australia.
I am.
So we're not seeing you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to be bombarded by emails now. You weren't meant to tell everyone.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
but
off
I
to
openly
the,
wept in the
there's-
makeup room when you said you were leaving.
World Championships down in Australia. I'm honoured to go down and judge. I'm looking forward to it. But I'm going to miss you and miss everyone.
All right, but thank you so much.
Take
Karen
care.
Hardy.